big picture for a minute, if you look at, I keep saying let's turn this tragedy into an opportunity. And not only are we rebuilding roads and bridges better than we found them, but look what we've done to state office space and state hospital. We're going to have in my judgment, we're going to have the best community-based mental health system in the country that puts the care of patients first. What it means is that if you have a really tough time and you're from Bennington, you don't have to go to Waterbury anymore. If you're suffering from, when you see some good soul like some of our local leaders in town suffering from cancer, we don't ask them to go to Waterbury for their cancer treatment. You do it right here in Bennington. Or you make a trip to Hanover and then the rest of your treatment's in Bennington. With mental health, the city's always been in Vermont. If you're really sick, you have to go to Waterbury. People who suffer from mental illness don't want to leave their home communities any more than someone who's suffering from cancer or kidney disease. So what we've designed is a community-based system where we reduce the need for acute care beds because we're finally delivering on the promise of community-based care that's so critical. And then, if you do need an acute care bed, Bennington folks can go over the mountain to Brattleboro, and their families can get there in 30 minutes or 40 minutes to give them the support they need.
Yeah.
You can go to Rutland from Bennington. So we're scattering the acute care beds across the state in a much more thoughtful way. On the office space issue, one of the things that has struck me in terms of coming from the business community to state government is how incredibly inefficient the workspace is that we ask our state employees to work with. Pre-Irene, you had these old decrepit buildings in Waterbury. You had agencies separated from each other, education in 2 separate buildings, agency of natural resources in separate buildings, agency of human services in separate buildings, and then the agencies don't talk to each other. They don't work together. So they build up these silos and their little inner turfings, and they don't help each other out. So the lesson from Irene was, if you're going to build roads efficiently, cheap, and well, you have the engineers from transportation out there with the Agency of Natural Resources folks that are out there protecting the streams, have them working together on the site with the construction folks, rebuilding. We want to apply that model to all future rebuilding in Vermont, because we've got more and more crumbling roads, more and more crumbling bridges, less and less money from the Fed, so we've got to make our money go further, and an opportunity to have these teams working together. So we're putting the Agency of Transportation, the Agency of Economic Development, and the Agency of Natural Resources together in one workforce in Montpelier. We're putting education together in downtown Barrie to help grow jobs in downtown Barrie. So they'll be unified for a change. We're going to put most of the Agency of Human Resources in a state-of-the-art building in Waterbury. So this is all, when you look forward, we're saying, how do we deliver better, more efficient, energy efficient, cohesive workspace for state government where taxpayers get better bang for their buck because their state employees aren't off in separate silos working against each other. We're getting them done in an affordable way for more taxpayers. I think that's worth celebrating.